English, the video.
On your best behavior. On your best behavior. On your best behavior. Need you to be on your best behavior. On your best behavior. On your best behavior. Need you to be.
Hello, everyone. It's Myrrie.
And it's Kay. Hi.
And we are here for our podcast, BOYBB. Be on your best behavior.
Yes.
We are the owners of Best Care Behavioral Homes, also co-owners of Best Care Consulting. Today we are going to discuss something we are dealing with and something we have dealt with in the past, and that is just being coachable. People being coachable.
Yes, people being coachable. That means we coaching them. They not coaching us.
Because we are the coaches. But yeah, so we've run into a lot of experiences in our business and also in our consulting where people come to us for our services, and they are either very coachable or they're not coachable at all. So we just kind of wanted to go over that today. Being coachable is just kind of like when someone is telling you what to do and the steps to do and they know what they're doing, that you listen to them.
Yes. I think the issue that we have found by having Best Care Consulting is that we have experienced, and what we're taking people through, we have experienced this. Not that we read it, not that we heard it through the grapevine, not that we heard it from somebody else. We have experienced it. And if we haven't experienced it, we will tell you, oh, well, we don't know about that, but this is what we know.
But based on our experience,
yes,
this is what you should do.
This is what you should do. And so a lot of people, we've had several people that come to us and want us to consult with them, but then they telling us all this back information that they didn't heard somebody say that has never had their own behavioral health home, that has never went through the process. So that's why we say be coachable.
Yeah, you definitely want to do that. So I guess we'll go over kind of the negatives, and then we'll seal it with something good. So a person that's not coachable, that's somebody that's always thinking that they are right. Even when you know, like Kay said, what you're doing, they want to be right. Someone not willing to learn new things, so you're trying to teach them, and they're saying, well, back when I did this, or such and such said when they did it, but I'm telling you this now.
Yeah, I kind of went through an experience with that, with an organization that I'm with. I'm trying to give them free advice. I'm not charging them anything, and then they have somebody on there that auntie of somebody's mother that had a group home back 20 years ago, and they're listening to information that they are giving them. So, sometimes you just have to back off. So I just told them, look, if you want new information, go to the Arizona Department of Health and Google and pull it up, because I don't have time to be going back and forth. It's almost like with Christianity, when somebody's trying to argue with you about the Bible. I don't have time to be arguing with you about the Bible. I'm trying to live my life and trying to be right with Christ. I don't have time for all of that. So with Best Care Behavioral Homes or group Best Care Consulting, I don't have time for all that. We're trying to live our life. We're trying to move to another level. So
so that point rolls into the next one, not open to change. So if you're not open to change, regulations change, rules change, statutes change, a lot of things change.
Articles.
So you have to be open to change. If you are not open to change, you are going to be left in the dust. And so sometimes people are like, well, this is how, well, I'm sorry, that's not how. I just went to look up one application Application used to be 8 pages. Guess what? This month is 40 pages. Guess what I got to do? I got to go back and fill out those 40 pages. So you have to be open to change. And then a lot of times when someone is not coachable, they're just negative. They're a negative Nancy, negativity, negative. Not positive.
Subtraction.
Right. So hey, if you're not coachable, a lot of times you're going to be negative. I put down inability to self-reflect. In business and working life, you have to be able to sit down and self-reflect and say, you know what, maybe I didn't do this right, or maybe I should change this or deviate this way. You have to be able to adjust. And if you're not able to self-reflect on things that you've done,
you're gonna miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because some decisions that we make, sometimes we miss it because we have a lot of stuff going on. But then once we sit and self-reflect, we come back to ourselves. I love that saying.
Right.
We come back to ourselves like the prodigal son.
And you got to be able to say, hey, maybe I did this wrong, and correct it, and able to move forward. Another point is, I believe people that are not coachable are kind of disrespectful to others and their opinions, because you're always going to think that you're right because you're not wanting to listen to someone else, so, and then that goes into a lack of gratitude. Somebody's trying to help you or teach you the right thing, and then you don't want to do it. You're not, you're not grateful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And with our experience, it's almost like God just takes care of us, because we have had people like that we've helped them and we assisted them to get their group home together. Then they're ungrateful, and then finally it's revealed. You be trying to help somebody, and then they ungrateful, and then they find themselves out of a group home.
Yeah, because I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to get extra detailed with names or anything, but this honestly happened to us. Someone wanted to assist us, hired us to set up their group home for them, and we did it. In the beginning, we always tell people we cannot control things like what the state does, what the fire department does. Anything within our control, we're going to get it done as quickly as we can. But we cannot control the outside forces. So we give them a heads up. We tell them generally it may take this amount of time. It depends on what city they're in. And to give them an expectation. So we cannot help when things take longer than necessary. So we've had people try to say that we were trying to do something wrong. Then they were making us look bad by calling the state behind our back, asking questions. And a lot of times, and don't get me wrong, there's always little things in every system, every business. Sometimes when you call the state, you have to call 3 times. When you get 2 answers that are right, then that's the answer. It hasn't been happening so much now, but before. It was really bad. So we would always call multiple times. Well, this person took it upon themselves to call the state to ask a question, and they got the wrong information. And then they tried to bring it to us and say that what I said was a lie. And I'm going to tell you right now, in business, I'm always going to keep a paper trail of what I do. I'm going to keep receipts. To tell them. Yeah. We're going to do that because this is our business. Yeah. This is our livelihood. So when she told me what the state had told her, I said, excuse me. And I went in my bag and I showed her. Here you go. Because if it's not in writing, like the state be telling us, if it's not in writing, it didn't happen.
And this is the funny thing about it. The person could not self-reflect, or they could not say, okay, my bad, this. No, they still went off the deep end.
Yeah. So I'm just like, it happens. In that example, that person was not coachable. And we tried so hard to continue to work with that person. And I kid you not, we always tell y'all that a lot of times people won't work with us because they'll say, hey, you guys cost too much or whatever. In this instance, they were beyond, it was just beyond healing. But months later, what did they do?
I don't know. You tell me. What did
They
do?
contacted us back
Yes.
to see if they could still work with us.
No.
Because we do what we say we're going to do.
And that's the thing, too, with us. Because we do what we say we're going to do. We have favor, I feel like. I know we have favor. People that have came in contact with us and then like, no, you too high or whatever. They go away and get with somebody that scam them. And then guess what? They have to come back to us.
Yeah.
Because we try to live by integrity.
Right. But because you weren't coachable in the beginning, if you're just, now I can see people making mistakes here and there, but if you're downright uncoachable and you threaten us, this person threatened us, we're not going to work with you again.
No.
So even though they came back, they put their tail between their leg and they came back and asked, no.
Yeah, so don't take our kindness for weakness. Yes.
So you have to be, in business, you have to be coachable. You're going to have to listen to somebody somewhere. It may make you feel vulnerable because those people, they may have felt vulnerable because they had to trust and believe that we knew what we were doing. And the thing with them is you have to, in business, you have to be cohesive in order to work with somebody. So when we consult with somebody, there has to be some type of unity. With them, that it couldn't be repaired.
Yeah, it couldn't be.
Yeah.
If we would have took them back on as a client, we probably would have ended up in a worse shape than we left them at.
Yeah. So some cases you might come in contact with somebody where, you know, in the beginning they may not be coachable, and you can kind of coach them into that. And then you might run into cases where, like I think with them, they just wasn't coachable.
Yeah.
Like that saying, he just wasn't that into you. They just were not coachable. So in those cases, you have to cut your losses and you need to separate. Because what you don't want to do is to get into a battle with somebody or doing business with somebody that does not respect you and does not respect your opinion.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so
an example, I want to bring it up because we're working with these guys right now, a team of guys, and they came to us for our consulting, and I'm telling you, these guys are coachable. And honestly, a lot of times with us being women, we run into sometimes men that don't want to listen. It happens to what we say because, they just women, you know. Especially if they're men that are professionals that have been in the business. But I'm telling you, these guys are like, they are coachable. We give them things to do. We give them lists. We tell them what they need to get done. And they are very, they communicate well. Mm-hmm. And they are very open. And they want to learn. Yeah. And I like that.
And they were a team before we even met them.
Yeah.
So they have worked out, I guess, some of their kinks and bugs of their team. And I like that too, that they have a team like we have a team.
Right.
Yeah, because it's just a lot to put on one person to do, or one or two people to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So they are an example of being coachable, and the earlier example was of not being coachable. So we just wanted to give you guys just a word today on that. And don't forget, share the video, give us a thumbs up, make a comment, and please subscribe, okay? All right. So this is Myrrie Kay with BOYBB, being on your best behavior. And as we always say, be a blessing to someone else.
Bye.
It's Myrrie.
And it's Kay. Hi.
Yeah, and we are with Best Care Consulting. We just wanted to give you a little information about our affiliate program. We are helping
Individuals
or
teams
set up group homes. So if you have an interest in running your own group home, please contact us at support@bcbhaz.org.
Hi, this is Kay, and I just wanted to give you a little bit of information about our nonprofit, which is KM Management. We have a caregiver program which starts every second Tuesday of the month. So our next class will start in September, the second Tuesday. Our caregiver program, the cost is $450. You have to pay a $50 deposit to hold your spot. And right now, because we are socially distancing, we can only take six people in the program. So again, if you would like information on our caregiver program, you can reach out to 602-675-1686, and that is for Best Care Caregiver Program. And y'all have a great day.